Welcome back to TSPN. I'm your host, Brandon Parsons, here with my co-host, Carter Gwynn, and our special guest, Ron Iddings. He is our equipment manager in just about any sport you can think of and a lifelong Tyrone fan. We're going to be doing a new segment on TSPN called Bleed Orange and Black, where we get Tyrone's biggest fans and biggest supporters, get them on here and just tell their story.
So, Ron, you've been a big Tyrone supporter for a while. How did you just first start out being a supporter?
Well, when I was growing up, my dad took me to football games, wrestling matches, basketball games, and, of course, in the spring, baseball.
Yeah, so that, what all sports did you do in high school, from your dad taking you to all these events?
Okay, I played football in junior high, then I wrestled my 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. Halfway through the year, I got sick, had to have kidney surgery, and so I took me out the last half of the season. Then my junior year, I was still, I wasn't fully recovered yet, so I didn't wrestle. Then my senior year, I did wrestle varsity my senior year. Then I did play a little bit of baseball. Then I got out of it to work. Then I did track my senior year.
So a four-sport athlete.
Yeah, it was. I was busy, even being a volunteer firefighter. Trying to do all your sports, your homework, and
Yeah, a bit busy guy in high school.
yeah. So
Yeah, so how did that lead into you wanting to become the equipment manager? What was your career path before coming back and becoming the equipment manager?
most of my career working at West Vaco as a boiler operator. Then I left there in 2007, went to Penn State to their power plant, and retired in 2022. But I was approached by Tom Templeton. He said that the football team needed an equipment manager. So I told him, I'll get back to you. And I got back to him next day. Then this sort of happened as school was letting out. Then my wife Kim and I, we were in Ocean City. Then Coach Franco gave me a call and offered me and gave me the job to be equipment manager. But when I did security, I've been doing it for 20-some years. When Al Schoenberger come down, I used to give him a hand in taking the equipment across the field. So I more or less learned some of what he did. Then I guess even before that, I took care of Gray Field for, I think, 8 years. So that's how I got to know Al through the years. Then, when they called, Rich Umholtz trained me, and what I didn't realize at the time I took the job, it's a year-round job, but you're busy usually from May to the end of the season. Then you have inventory and all cleaning of the building and all that you have to do.
Yeah, and Richie Umholtz was still around whenever you first started? Or
Yeah.
where he was on the verge of retiring then?
Yeah, he was starting to have a little bit of trouble, so I come along and more or less I did the hard lifting and stuff. And about 2 years into it, then I started after Friday night's game. I'd go in Saturday mornings, do the game pants and jerseys. But that's one part of the job I do like doing is because I'm down in that field house by myself. So somebody would walk in, I'd pick up somebody's jersey to hang it up to dry. I'd say, well, here's Braden's jersey, so I'm a goof, but I like to have fun. And I think we do have fun in the field house through the season. And, but when we get beat, that hurts.
Yeah. Always a quiet locker room after a loss.
Yep. Then the celebrations after the wins.
Hey, getting in on some TikToks.
Yeah, I got in a few.
So you've been around Tyrone for a while. What's like your all-time favorite sports memory?
Oh my, there's lots of them. Well, I guess the 99 football championship is one of them.
Did you go to Hershey for that game?
Yes, I was
The
there.
whole town won, I think.
Yeah, I heard it was a ghost town.
It was. And I don't know, seeing Gib Fink win his 2 state championships, Bruce Wallace, Kenny Myers, and especially A.J. Schaub, because Jim Schaub and I, we left early Wednesday to get down. We set the wrestlers. It was Ronnie Grabinski and AJ wrestling down there. So we set their rooms up with snacks and drinks and got ready, took the wives out for supper, then Thursday started the wrestling. But I get myself involved with a lot of things.
Yeah, you're there for everything.
Yeah, I do, like I said, I do traffic, security, equipment manager. One time I did work in the cafeteria hauling the Head Start food out to East Tyrone. So that was the fastest 3 hours of work that I ever did in my life.
Yeah, so were you there for the baseball state championship as well?
Unfortunately, no, but I was on night shift, so where I worked there, Penn State, the little heating plant sits below down past the baseball field. So I went home, went to bed. I wanted to get up to watch the game, but that's one day I slept in. I got up. They was in like the 6th inning, seeing they were winning. Made me happy.
They got up by a good bit. 5-0 win there.
So.
Do you have any favorite player or coaches stories, just as from any?
Well, how can I answer that? I don't want to pick out one player, but I felt I liked the senior class because usually you're with them 4 seasons. So that's like this class will be going, and next year we'll have the group of juniors that are back. And but this was one of my closest classes that I really liked, because they took good care of me, believe me.
Yeah, so every year you kind of just, your guys are the seniors.
Yeah.
Your guys.
Yep. It's because you walk in there, usually you do the helmets the first thing, usually in May. That's when the start of the football season starts. Then you get the balls and some gear ready for 7-on-7s. Then when I can, I like to go to all the 7-on-7s just to see what we have coming back for the season.
Yeah, but what about any coach stories? Like any funny moments with coaches? That doesn't even have to be football, just.
Well, I guess couple years ago, my first 3 years I was equipment manager. The third week in August, we always took a family beach trip to Ocean City, Maryland. Well, the first 3 years, I guess, he didn't miss me. But the fourth year, I think one of the coaches ratted me out, and because I had Rich there to fall back on, but after we didn't have a good 2-a-day week camp, and Coach Franco was in a bad mood that week, and he caught me and told, I don't know how to word this, but he wasn't pleased that I was going to miss 3 days of practice the following week, going into scrimmage week. But we got it worked out, and I went on my vacation, and, but that has to be, and the assistant coaches, they all help me out down there, and the junior high coaches are phenomenal. I mean, they help me with giving out the junior high helmets and pads and stuff, and I just like all the coaches. They're good people.
Yeah, I think that was my sophomore year, your freshman year. Do you remember Ron telling you about that?
I remember having to set the field up for like a week. That was not a fun week.
Yeah, because Richie couldn't get out there and do it.
I had to carry all the heavy bags to the opposite end of the field.
And then we go into JV hangout.
JV.
Do you have any game day rituals for football specifically?
Well, start the day out usually after traffic. I like to go somewhere and get a breakfast. Then I go home, and I usually sit and relax because I have to be back up here usually by 12:30 to get the keys to the van or vans if it's away. Then my number one helper, Dave Miller, he usually shows up about 2 o'clock. Then we'll start loading the van. Then now, like ritual I have is I have different sets of clothes I like to wear, and the set I have on now is usually for colder games, but beginning of the year I'm either in black coach shorts or our Spirit Pack shorts that they give us. I'll wear them a game or two.
Yeah, like your game day outfit every single week.
Yeah, I'm a little goofy. Now, if we get in a winning streak, I don't like to change nothing. But once we do lose, then I'll change it up. So,
so it'll go from 80 weeks to 80 degrees to 20 degrees, and you'll be wearing shorts out there.
Well, I'm not like some of them coaches. I can't do it anymore, but Dave Miller, I bust him every cool game because he's out there running the sideline with shorts on.
So you think Tyrone has like a loyal sports community? Why do you think that would
Well, from what I can tell you, with the people like going into either if it's football, basketball, wrestling, track, people say, how are we going to be? How are we going to be? I said, well, football, I say 7-on-7s. I said, the guys are looking real good, and once we get the line in there, and I'll know more, but I think we'll be okay, and wrestling, usually, are we going to have a full team? And usually the answer is no.
Yeah, always low in numbers. They got to go out and recruit some people.
Yeah, just my own thing is with a coach like Quentin Wright, I'd be wrestling for him. I mean, because he can get you teach you stuff and get you into a good school, and my feeling. So
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap things up here with one last question. How has supporting Tyrone teams like changed your life or perspective, just in general?
well, and believe me, it gives me a busy life, and I hope it keeps my brain sharp with all these numbers I have to do with inventory. Then not football, mostly football's the only sport I really inventory. But I love going to watch the boys basketball, and this year I was already asked to help the wrestling team at a couple tournaments if I'm able to go. So I don't know. It's just a busy life. I love it. I love the kids, and that's why I do it.
That'll do it for this episode of Bleed Orange and Black. I'm your host, Brandon Parsons, here with my co-host, Carter Gwynn, and our special guest, Rod Iddings. If you know any Tyrone super fans, please let us know in the comments.
George Cow.
Yeah, George.
He'd be a good one.
Yes, so let us know in the comments, and yeah, see you.
Cups of the rose, just in my old phone. I should call but and go home.